To cope with the old classmates' reunion, I hired a hot dominant woman online to be my girlfriend. But just as I was about to hand over the money to her, to my surprise, she shoved 5,000 yuan straight into my hand. I froze, thinking to myself, isn't it me who's supposed to pay you? What's the deal with you giving me this 5,000 yuan? You're overacting a bit there, Evelyn Reed said coldly. Since it's our first collaboration, I won't deduct from your pay this time. Just be more careful next time. With that, Evelyn Reed stomped off in her 5-inch high heels. I clutched the 5,000 yuan, standing there completely dumbfounded. What the hell is going on here? Who exactly is hiring whom anyway? On the way home, I kept my head down mulling over the whole thing. The more I thought about it, the more something felt off. First off, during the meeting, I remember clearly. The time we agreed on was 7 o'clock. After arriving at the coffee shop, this woman named Evelyn Reed told me that I'd shown up half an hour late. Then there was the street stroll. Logically speaking, an in-person meetup is mainly to check out the other person's appearance, to see if they fit your standards, and then jump right into sealing the deal on the price. Wandering the streets was totally unnecessary. Finally running into Daisy Harper and Evelyn Reed's mother. No matter how you look at it, it didn't seem like a normal coincidence at all. It felt more like it had been planned out in advance. I scratched my head. Deep down I felt like something was glitchy in the process. But which part exactly? I couldn't quite put my finger on it. All in all, it just felt wrong. Back home I opened my phone and saw the app popping up with a bunch of hidden messages. Whoa, sorry about that, rush hour traffic is insane. I might be a few minutes late. I'm here, what are you wearing? Where are you there? Seeing those messages my face darkened instantly. Oh no, I got the wrong person. Everything's gone to hell. I was supposed to hire someone, but ended up getting hired myself. I stared at the phone screen, half laughing, half crying. You call this fun? I didn't get a girlfriend hired. The class reunion issue tomorrow still isn't sorted out. You call this not fun? Well, at least I didn't go for nothing. This 5,000 yuan I earned isn't bad at all. I let out a sigh. Guess I'll have to find someone else to hire. Opening the girlfriend rental app again, a chill suddenly ran down my spine. I abruptly realized something utterly terrifying, which was that Daisy Harper today had already seen my girlfriend's face. If the girlfriend I bring tomorrow isn't Evelyn Reed, then the whole thing will be exposed. Damn it, what do I do now? In another development Evelyn Reed had made at home. She took off her outer coat and casually tossed it in the trash. The reason she threw the coat away was because Evelyn Reed had an extreme case of cleanliness obsession. The coat had picked up some strange odor, so she couldn't wear it anymore. After her shower, Evelyn Reed saw 12 missed calls on the table and called back right away. What's up? Evelyn Reed said flatly. On the other end, Mila Ross said urgently. You had me worried sick. I called so many times before you picked up. The guy I set you up with ran into traffic this morning, so he was just a bit late. Yeah, I know. Evelyn Reed lazily wiped her long hair and replied. How do you know? He told me that when he got to the coffee shop you were already gone. Evelyn Reed's hair wiping motion suddenly froze. In her mind she thought, if that man wasn't the one Mila Ross arranged, then who was he? Thinking back, she also spotted the oddity. When they ran into her mother, that man seemed to know the woman named Daisy Harper. Mila Ross saw Evelyn Reed staying silent for so long and asked worriedly, what do we do about this? Your aunt keeps nagging you to get married. How about I set up another time for you too? Evelyn Reed snapped out of her thoughts. She hummed in agreement, just leave it for now. We'll figure it out later. The next day, I was sound asleep when the phone ring woke me up. Hearing it was about the class reunion, I jolted wide awake. My drowsiness vanished completely. I told you already. I let everyone know. You're bringing your girlfriend tonight. Everyone's really looking forward to it. Don't you dare back out now. My old buddy on the other end laughed heartily. Alright, got it. I gave a bitter smile and hung up. I let out a weary sigh. Damn it, what now? In this big wide world, where the hell do I find that woman named Evelyn Reed? Whatever, I'll deal with it later. Work first. After graduating college I started working at Evergreen Group, in sales, grinding away for a few years. Hard work paid off. I finally climbed to sales manager. I yawned as I stepped through the company gate. Everyone who saw me greeted morning manager Mark. Suddenly, Tim Song seemed to spot something behind me. His back straightened up immediately. Ms. Reed along with Tim Song's panicked call. I caught a faint fragrance, followed by the sound of high heels approaching. She stepped in front of Tim Song. Is the report I asked you for yesterday done? Evelyn Reed said indifferently. Tim Song hurriedly handed the prepared report to Evelyn Reed. Then Tim Song stood meekly to the side, not even daring to lift his head. I gaped at Evelyn Reed, completely stunned in shock. Half a month ago I'd heard the news that in half a month, the company would have a new general manager transferred in. Rumor had it this general manager had serious connections, something to do with the board of directors. But what I never expected was the woman named Evelyn Reed I met yesterday turned out to be my direct boss. Tim Song saw me standing there like an idiot, and secretly jabbed my waist. Then whispered Mark, seeing the new general manager take office, why not say hello? That's when I snapped back. Yesterday was before I could finish. Evelyn Reed set the report down, looked over at me and said casually, come to my office. With that she stomped off in her 5-inch high heels. I stood there blankly. Evelyn Reed's lightning-fast work style left me with no chance from start to finish to get even half a word in. In the office, Evelyn Reed walked to the window. Her pale hand gently pulled the blind switch. With a whoosh, the room was draped in a dim black veil. Seeing that I couldn't help but freeze, puzzled I looked at Evelyn Reed, wondering what Evelyn Reed meant by closing the blinds. Evelyn Reed stepped in front of me for a moment. Keep your mouth clamped shut. I asked curiously why. Because at that same moment, Evelyn Reed suddenly grabbed my arm and executed a perfect shoulder throw. You might bite your tongue otherwise. I had no defenses up at all. My whole body was lifted off the ground. This was clearly way beyond what I could imagine. How could such a graceful, elegant woman no shoulder throw moves like that? I flipped once in the air. With a thud I crashed to the floor. Evelyn Reed held me down like a criminal, gripping my entire arm, kneeling on my waist. About yesterday. I don't want anyone in the company knowing. Hearing that I groaned in pain. Before you threw me we could have talked this out. Evelyn Reed saw I wasn't backing down. Her beautiful eyes narrowed, her hand tightened. My whole arm felt like it was about to snap. The pain pierced to the bone. Sweat beads instantly streamed down my forehead. Do you believe I could have you packing tomorrow? Evelyn Reed threatened. I gritted through the pain and glanced at the security camera. Then don't you dare let go. If you do I'm calling the cops. If I make a scene tomorrow you'll have a grandpa to worship, believe it. Evelyn Reed sneered at that. She hadn't expected me to be such a tough nut to crack. In pain with my face twisted, but my mouth still wouldn't yield. You really think I'm short on cash? Evelyn Reed asked coldly. You think I'm short on jobs? I shot back without flinching. The tension hung thick. After a while we both slowly calmed down a bit, thinking it over. We both realized being too stubborn wasn't exactly ideal. No matter who. Our current situations required asking the other for help. Once it clicked, I snorted coldly. My stubborn eyes looked away as if letting her off. Evelyn Reed's grip gradually loosened. A moment later she spoke. Let's just drop today's matter. I said nothing, and turned to leave Evelyn Reed's office. Just back at the work area, Victor Lane rushed over, leaned in and whispered, Mark, you really haven't heard of Evelyn Reed? What about it? I looked curiously at this sneaky Victor Lane in front of me. Evelyn Reed is the heiress of New Horizon Group. Victor Lane glanced around and whispered, haven't you seen everyone buzzing about it? I was secretly startled. New Horizon Group is the top financial conglomerate in the country. I never thought this Evelyn Reed was the pampered princess of New Horizon. Suddenly a flash hit my mind. I remembered the middle-aged woman from yesterday. No wonder she looked familiar. Thinking back, she's often on TV. So if she's from New Horizon, why come to Evergreen Group? I asked curiously. Beats me. Victor Lane pulled me down lower and whispered, but one thing's for sure. 3 years ago, Evelyn Reed got whistled at by some street thugs. Her figure's got killer curves, you know. Then guess what happened next? What? I asked curiously. The next day those thugs were forced to whistle in front of their own mothers all day long. Victor Lane shuddered, getting goosebumps. Think about it, isn't her method ruthless? That's it, I acted uninterested. Victor Lane looked at me exaggeratedly. What more do you want? Isn't this worse than killing those thugs? My eyes darted around, and I countered. So Evelyn Reed didn't beat them up, like with a shoulder throw or something. Hearing that, Victor Lane gave me a weird look. Are you okay, that kind of lady? How would she know shoulder throws? Exactly, I slapped my thigh. How the hell does she know shoulder throws? This is straight up ridiculous. Talk about bad luck, good luck forgotten. Even sipping water gets stuck in your teeth. Right as I was grumbling about this nonsense, Evelyn Reed happened to walk in. Everyone saw Evelyn Reed appear. The buzzing office suddenly went silent. My last words, how the hell does she know shoulder throws? This is straight up ridiculous, just happened to land right in everyone's ears. Not only that, it echoed through the whole office. Victor Lane saw the scene, helplessly covered his face, thinking his bro was done for. At that moment everyone's focus should have been on Evelyn Reed up front, but because of my weird outburst, everyone turned intrigued eyes toward me. On each face, varying degrees of amusement appeared. Just like that, a fool shone brightly, elevated by the crowd's gaze. Evelyn Reed looked at me standing blankly amid the crowd, her eyes darkened, flashing a sharp chill. It wasn't hard to imagine that my big mouth, just back at the work area, had spilled what happened in the office to the world. Thinking that, Evelyn Reed clenched her fist, inwardly thinking she went too easy earlier. I froze on the spot, seeing the razor-sharp glint in Evelyn Reed's eyes. My face darkened. Oh crap, she's got it all wrong. Evelyn Reed looked at me with cold, emotionless eyes, and said casually, I hear your department's performance is outstanding. Didn't expect your people to be outstanding too. Evelyn Reed used this sarcastic remark to pull everyone's eyes back from me. Even after this little drama, people had a pretty good impression of the new general manager. Evelyn Reed saw everyone, had focused their attention on her, paused for a second, then started introducing, "Hello everyone. I'm Evelyn Reed." With that, the crowd below erupted in applause. I clapped along with the group, but my expression wasn't cheerful at all, because I realized this Evelyn Reed had no intention of letting me off. Her cold eyes stayed glued to me. I wasn't the only one who noticed. Victor Lane next to me saw it too. Victor Lane tossed out, "Bro, take care." Then the guy scooted his chair aside, drawing a clear line with me immediately, to avoid getting dragged in. Looking at this friend stomping on me in crisis, I was so mad I wanted to kick him dead and be done. After Evelyn Reed's introduction, based on the report data, she immediately laid out the company's future strategy. This strong professional skill not only impressed me, but instantly won over everyone. Simply put, what came to the company wasn't just Evelyn Reed the individual, but the future of the whole company. When Evelyn Reed finished her speech, the room burst into enthusiastic applause. Victor Lane clapped while glancing at me, and whispered, "Mark, she's really something." Yeah, I nodded in agreement. Even with some grudges between me and Evelyn Reed, I couldn't deny Evelyn Reed's expertise was the best ID ever seen. Victor Lane wondered, "Mark, every department got assigned tasks. Why hasn't our sales department?" I found it odd too. However, Evelyn Reed's cold eyes stayed locked on me, which made me feel this wasn't good news. And sure enough, after the excited applause died down, Evelyn Reed finally pointed the spear at sales. "Sales department," Evelyn Reed said indifferently. "If I recall correctly, sales is managed by Mark Thompson, right?" With that, the room's eyes immediately turned toward me. It's like the saying, "New boss lights three fires." Even an idiot could see this first fire was aimed straight at my head in sales. Following everyone's gaze, Evelyn Reed could finally openly give me a cold stare. "Looks like you're Mark Thompson, sales manager." "That's me," I replied, neither arrogant nor humble. In this world there are two types of people who can act without watching the boss face. The first are those with special ties to the boss, often called Nepo kids. The second are those with solid skills. In other words, without them the department couldn't run. Clearly I'm the second type. Evelyn Reed opened the file in her hand and asked casually, "Community college graduate, huh?" As far as I know, the first rule in Evergreen Group's hiring policy states, candidates must graduate from national key universities. As soon as she said it, all sales staff went cold. Everyone in the company knew this. My degree didn't meet the company's basic hiring requirements at all. I stayed silent. If this Evelyn Reed insisted on using my degree against me, then yeah, I had no defense. Evelyn Reed saw me quiet, casually tossed the file on the table, crossed her arms. "Looks like your sales department has no rules at all. Staff often late, taking leave willy-nilly, plus a slew of company policy violations. On this management style, do you have anything to explain?" Hearing that, I countered, "What's the core of sales work?" The question dropped. The whole office gasped in surprise. Anyone could see I was openly challenging Evelyn Reed. This was playing with fire. Victor Lane's face darkened, wishing he could rush up and strangle this idiot. In this heated moment, couldn't he yield a bit? No matter what, she wasn't ordinary. "There are three cores," Evelyn Reed replied leisurely. "First, set scientific sales targets. Second, conduct professional market analysis. Third, build sales strategies to meet goals." Her textbook perfect answer impressed the room. "You're sure it's just those three?" I pressed. "Certain." Evelyn Reed replied calmly. "Certain. Being late, taking leave, are those core to sales work?" I smiled and asked, while a sly glint flashed in my eyes. The question ended. Evelyn Reed went silent. This wasn't easy to answer. If she said being late, taking leave were core to sales, it contradicted the three she listed. But if she said those weren't core, then everything she just said was just to make things hard for me. Mark Thompson. Seeing Evelyn Reed silent, sales staff shifted from worried to visibly pleased. But that joy didn't last, because while it seemed I'd escaped, embarrassing Evelyn Reed in front of the company would make sales' future uneasy. Just as everyone thought, Evelyn Reed had no way out. Her beautiful cold face showed a faint hint of a smile. "Well said." Evelyn Reed looked at the sales staff and said casually, "This morning, a sales employee named Victor Lane was late. The final handling was since Victor Lane's performance is good. No deduction this time. However, for the late employee, as sales manager, Mark Thompson gets double the fine." Evelyn Reed looked at Victor Lane. "Congrats on having a great boss. Hope you keep working hard." Victor Lane stammered, "Yes then." Evelyn Reed looked at everyone and said, "I don't want my staff to be robots. I want every employee to have their own work personality. I also allow employees to show personality at work." But at the word "but," Evelyn Reed paused deliberately for a second, then continued in a sterner tone, "Learn ethics before skills. Compared to outstanding professional ability, I care more if that employee has good moral character. I don't want the company to end up a bunch of undisciplined thugs acting wild, even if they achieve results. That's why Evergreen Group in hiring always requires candidates to be top students, graduating from national key universities. Evelyn Reed threw another emotionless cold glance my way. You only graduated community college to get into Evergreen Group. I won't ask if you're an EPO kid. I just want to ask, do your physical and mental qualities fit Evergreen's basic requirements? Hearing that, my face grew graver. Evelyn Reed's speaking skills were completely beyond my expectations. Counter after counter, meant to corner her. Clearly I had the upper hand, but through Evelyn Reed's hands. With her sharp logic she turned the tables. I had nothing left to say. Indeed, fooled by her stunning looks. Thought she was just a pretty vase. Who knew? She was a leader with masterful tactics. The company atmosphere grew complex. Staff who disliked sales looked at me triumphantly, grinning wide, each face full of mockery, while sales staff were all tense, eyes worried, looking at their manager. Evelyn Reed up front didn't rush to speak, just crossed her arms indifferently, watching me, seeming to give me time to think on purpose. Right then, someone in the crowd blurted out, "A guy who got in through connections. I say he should just scram. Don't let one bad apple spoil the bunch." Hearing that, I flushed red with anger, but couldn't refute a thing. But what I didn't expect was Evelyn Reed speaking up right then. She looked toward the voice and asked coldly, "Connections, who said that?" The room went dead silent. No one dared meet Evelyn Reed's eyes. "Anyone outperform Mark Thompson? If so, I'll hand the department to you," Evelyn Reed said casually. That made the room even quieter. "You mean you're worse than a connections guy?" Evelyn Reed mocked. I froze. Victor Lane froze. The whole sales department was stunned. What the hell is happening? Thought Evelyn Reed wanted to fire Mark Thompson, but now she's defending his work ability. Yet if she wants to keep Mark Thompson, she keeps bringing up his low degree. When the room's vibe hit freezing, Evelyn Reed once more turned her gaze to me. "Answer my earlier question." I sighed helplessly and asked back, "What's your degree?" "Master's in Economics from Harvard University." Evelyn Reed casually dropped the line. The room gasped in awe. With credentials like that, she could totally be CEO at Evergreen's headquarters. Coming to a branch as general manager is a bit of a waste. Victor Lane secretly jabbed my waist, his intent clear. "That's enough. Don't push your luck fighting her." I ignored Victor Lane completely. "Alright, since you're a Harvard top student, I believe your qualities can lead a team well." Before I could finish, Evelyn Reed lost patience. "Get to the point, I have a question for you." A bear falls into a 49-16-meter deep pit, taking exactly 1 second to hit bottom. What color is the bear? The question dropped. The room went quiet. Seemed no one could answer it. Evelyn Reed's cold eyes quietly watched me. Her face showed no special emotion, but she didn't answer either. This question isn't easy to answer. Answer wrong and it's like admitting your Harvard master's is just for show. Answer right and it's meaningless, since the question itself has nothing to do with leading teams or generating sales. But you can't say that. If you do, wouldn't that question the company's hiring system? Saying it would question the company's hiring system too. Look at that. Evelyn Reed's cold eyes finally left me. She opened the file again and said casually, "The residential project lot 2 is assigned to sales, plus add 5 commission for each sales employee." With that, Evelyn Reed closed the file. Meeting adjourned. Said that she stomped out in her 5-inch high heels from the meeting room. After Evelyn Reed left, the meeting room instantly buzzed, even though it all happened right before their eyes. But no one could see the real intent inside. It felt like something happened, but also like nothing did. In short, everyone was in a fog. I was dazed too, feeling like I won, but it didn't feel like a win. The feeling was too complex, no excitement at all. Only 3 hours left until tonight's college reunion. Victor Lane lifted his wrist to check his watch. "Mark, pack up and get ready to clock out." Sigh. I rubbed my brows tiredly. "You head out first." "What's wrong?" Victor Lane smiled and asked. "Is it because you promised the class president you'd bring your girlfriend?" Sigh. I sighed again, looking haggard like I'd aged decades. "How about this? I'll talk to my wife. Lend you her best friend for a day, just to save face." Victor Lane fiddled with the globe on my desk while saying, I was annoyed and snapped, "Forget it. I'd rather go alone." Your wife's best friend definitely can't match Daisy Harper's looks, but it's better than going solo anyway. Since your classmates all know you have a girlfriend, Victor Lane advised earnestly. I grimaced and said, "That's not the issue. The key is Daisy Harper already met that girlfriend of mine. Suddenly switching people won't work." Victor Lane's tiny eyes brimmed with confusion. He blinked, seeing time was short. "Alright, I'm heading out. You hurry up. If you need help, call me." Only 1 hour left until the college reunion. Sitting in the office, I frantically tousled my hair, my head a total mess. For the past 2 hours, I'd been in a fierce mental battle. Should I go ask Evelyn Reed for help or not? After all the words were out. Can't just give up, might as well try. I stormed like a bear, charging toward Evelyn Reed's office. Mustering courage, I knocked on her door, waited a long time with no response. I casually twisted the doorknob. Click, it wasn't locked. I pushed the door and entered, deliberately coughing loudly. Evelyn Reed heard. Her fountain pen paused briefly. She lifted her beautiful eyes for a glance at me, then continued writing. From her mouth came a cold, emotionless line. How rude can you be? Who are you calling rude? I was about to blow up, but remembered I needed her help right now. Can't lower my attitude a bit, talking would be hard. I did knock earlier. Didn't hear it, Evelyn Reed wrote busily. Dropping an impatient line, knock again. So I patiently knocked once more, but knocked forever and Evelyn Reed inside still ignored me. Starting to get annoyed. In my boredom, I suddenly found a little rhythm in the door. The random knocks turned into a fun rhythmic sequence. I'd found a small joy in this dull knocking, but my joy was what Evelyn Reed least wanted to see. The door swung open suddenly. I was enjoying it when I snapped awake, seeing Evelyn Reed coldly crossing her arms, staring at me. Are you sick? Oh, sorry. I thought you were deaf or something. I grinned and said. Evelyn Reed looked at my goofy expression. Probably just wanted to kick me out of the company, but the problem was, her situation and mine were the same now, both needing the other's help. Evelyn Reed could only turn coldly and go back in. I stepped in pretending nothing happened. It's late and Ms. Reed's still so busy. Spit it out. Or get lost. Evelyn Reed lost patience. Yeah. I pretended to just remember, and said leisurely. So tonight I have a college reunion. My classmates insist on seeing my girlfriend's face. See if you can take a few days off for this. After seeing through my intent, Evelyn Reed picked up her pen to write again. Reunion at 8 tonight at New Horizon Hotel. I muttered softly, hearing that. Evelyn Reed wondered if it doesn't affect work. Why, tell me. The point is. I turned away a bit embarrassed. The point is the girlfriend. Finally Evelyn Reed sensed something. Her cold eyes filled with danger enveloped me. What do you mean? Evelyn Reed asked coldly. Last night I hired someone. Set to meet at Starbucks. Coincidentally you were there. So I thought you were the one I hired. The party's at 8. Evelyn Reed lifted her wrist. Checked the time on her watch. Why aren't you hurrying to find the one you hired? What are you doing here with me? Last night one of my classmates met you. I smiled as innocently as possible and said, suddenly switching today. Wouldn't that be off? Hearing this, Evelyn Reed suddenly recalled Daisy Harper next to her mom yesterday, only now realizing. That woman was my classmate. Ms. Reed, like you said, reunion at 8 times tight. I really shouldn't linger here. So about this I left the sentence hanging. The meaning was crystal clear. Time's up. You should pack up and go too. Evelyn Reed looked at me so mad she nearly crushed the fountain pen. You mean you want me to play your girlfriend? Evelyn Reed asked coldly. That's why I say you're truly wise. I said admiringly, you've got some nerve. Evelyn Reed's face darkened completely. Evelyn Reed stood up abruptly, stepping closer one by one. Seeing her like that, I backed away scared. If not, then fine, right? I sensed the danger, and quickly said, then forget it, nothing else. I'm out. Just turned to slip away. When Evelyn Reed called me back, you're done. But I'm not. Evelyn Reed grabbed my arm. Right after my whole body flipped once. With a bam I crashed to the floor again. Evelyn Reed stood straight, snorted coldly, and went back to her desk to review files. I rubbed my butt and stood, looking at Evelyn Reed's stone-cold face. Suddenly felt this woman wasn't pretty at all. If you disagree, just say so. Why hit people? I cursed inwardly. It's a polar bear. Evelyn Reed said casually, you sick? I pointed right at her face and yelled. Go get checked at the hospital. Your head's definitely got issues. Evelyn Reed still leisurely eyed the files, and said slowly. A bear falls into a 49-16-meter deep pit, taking 1 second to hit ground. Using the formula H12GT2, we calculate gravity acceleration there is 9,832. The latitude with gravity 9,832 is 90 degrees. That's either the North or South Pole. Since there are no bears at the South Pole, it must be the North Pole. Polar bears are white. I froze, then it hit me, my eyes darting. I slapped my own face. Genius. Truly a genius, Ms. Reed. I said cheerfully. Evelyn Reed just coldly spat, get out. In another scene. At the annual class reunion at New Horizon Hotel, everyone's face beamed with joyful smiles. Men dressed sharp, women glamorous and elegant. The classmates gathered, chatting about fun college stories, and those envy-worthy couples back then. Everyone assumed they'd marry after graduation. Who knew it'd end in breakup? Mentioning my romantic history with Daisy Harper, the class president suddenly noticed I hadn't arrived. He stood and scanned, asking Mark Thompson, where's that kid? Yeah, he said he'd definitely come this time. It's 8 already, why no sign of him? Haha, a buddy teased. I bet he's scared to face Daisy Harper, so he bailed. Come on, the president chided lightly. That was ages ago. We're not kids anymore. What's there to hold on to? Besides, Mark Thompson's got a girlfriend now. Hearing my girlfriend mentioned, Daisy Harper suddenly recalled Evelyn Reed from yesterday. Thinking of Evelyn Reed's stunning beauty, she couldn't help feeling a sour pang inside. Didn't expect the idiot she dumped could land a woman even prettier than her. She snorted coldly inwardly. Victor Lane sat nearby looking uneasy, thinking, my bro, oh my bro. Whyd you brag about having a girlfriend for no reason. What was the point? Now these classmates are piling on one after another, about to bury your reputation. Since Victor Lane and I work at the same company, everyone started bombarding him with questions about me. Victor Lane forced smiles to handle the friends, while inwardly screaming in agony. In just 20 short minutes, because of me, head spun over a dozen lies. Suddenly the private room door cracked open. A sneaky head poked in from outside. Everyone heard and looked, seeing it was me. Quite a few classmates stood to welcome. I pushed the door in, originally planning to peek inside. If everyone was having fun, I'd sneak off. I really didn't want to be at this reunion. What if I got humiliated? It'd be over. But seeing the friends stand up together, clapping to welcome me, I jumped in fright. Damn it, what the hell? Victor Lane saw me arrive, hurriedly stood with a dark face and came over. First he yelled, whoa, isn't that our manager Mark here? Then whispered in my ear, damn it, what crap did you spout? Ms. Reed's your girlfriend, you dare brag that? Then he slung an arm over me and turned. As we turned, his dark face suddenly vanished, replaced by a bright hearty grin. Victor Lane dragged me in under his arm. Whoa. Everyone's waiting for you. Yeah. Classmates chimed. Manager Mark's a busy man. Didn't expect you'd remember old classmates like us. I awkwardly smiled back, you're too kind. I'm no big shot. Still the same Mark Thompson you knew in college. I'm late. I'll punish myself with 3 drinks. Said that I raised glasses and down 3 in a row. Haha. Didn't expect Mark Thompson's a rich son-in-law now, and still so humble. Outwardly I grinned, but inwardly calculating this. Victor Lane shouldn't have guessed right. How'd it leak out? Right then, Daisy Harper, silent till now, spoke up. Long time no see. Mark Thompson, seeing Daisy Harper. I got that most of this was her doing. I smiled faintly. Long time no see. Where's your girlfriend? Daisy Harper smiled at me, asking, didn't you say you'd bring her? Oh, I scratched my head, smiling, too busy, couldn't make it. Hearing that, Daisy Harper's eyes darkened. After all, is my ex. She knew me too well. Every time I lie, I instinctively scratch my head. Really, what a coincidence. Daisy Harper narrowed her eyes, observing me. Seeing Daisy Harper staring without letting up, I guiltily lowered my head, feeling like things were going south. Lately I've got a project in negotiations with New Horizon Group. Didn't expect Evelyn Reed to be your girlfriend, Daisy Harper said with a half smile. Yeah, quite the coincidence. I awkwardly played along, unaware that from the tension, my forehead was dotted with sweat beads. Oh, is that so? Mid-conversation, Daisy Harper pulled out her phone and dialed a number. Seeing that, my heart pounded even wilder. In this critical moment, who was she calling? Could it be Evelyn Reed? Who is this? Evelyn Reed picked up, still that indifferent tone. Ms. Reed still working at this hour? Daisy Harper smiled. I'm off work. What do you want? Evelyn Reed seemed impatient. Daisy Harper glanced at me with a smile. I heard you should be working. So if you're off, then never mind. Beep. Evelyn Reed on the other end hung up abruptly. Daisy Harper set the phone down. Her sharp eyes swept toward me. Your girlfriend's off work now. Since she's free, why not invite her for a casual dinner? At that, my classmates chimed in. Yes, she's off, so come join us for dinner. Meanwhile, Victor Lane beside me had a face black as soot. He just wished for a hole to crawl into. Call her then, Daisy Harper smiled. I gripped the phone in panic. Damn it, I'd love to call. But the key is I don't have her number. Plus, recalling everything that happened in the office with Evelyn Reed, recalling her attitude, recalling that ruthless get out. Even if I had the number, would she come if she wanted to? She'd have been here ages ago. Seeing me still not making a move, the anticipation in everyone's eyes gradually turned to doubt. Hey, Daisy Harper smiled. Don't tell me you don't even know your own girlfriend's number. Fine, I'll call her for you. With that, Daisy Harper picked up the phone again. The call connected, but this time Evelyn Reed seemed really annoyed. She didn't speak. Ms. Reed, come join us for dinner. Daisy Harper smiled invitingly. I have plans. What do you want anyway? Evelyn Reed had lost all patience. If Ms. Reed has plans, then I won't bother you. Daisy Harper smiled and hung up. She sighed, her face showing slight regret. Your girlfriend seems to have a more important event. The atmosphere froze instantly. Some things among adults just need a few small details to say it all. Everyone exchanged glances, without many words, but everyone understood. The class president couldn't sit still, raised his glass. All right, Mark's girlfriend is busy. No time for wage slaves like us. Let's just drink our share. Cheers. I raise my glass. The class president jabbed me with a smile. Come on, don't be down. Getting someone like Evelyn Reed to meet us is asking a bit much of her. You could see the class president trying to give me an out, but the more he did, the more uncomfortable I felt, the more embarrassed. Meanwhile, Daisy Harper saw my and Victor's dumbstruck faces. Her smile grew even more triumphant. Suddenly the private room door swung open. Evelyn Reed in business attire stepped in on exquisite high heels. Seeing this scene, the classmates who'd been clamoring to meet Evelyn Reed, now that they actually did, all gaped in shock. The name Evelyn Reed they'd only heard online, occasionally seen in photos, but in the moment of seeing her in person, they realized Evelyn Reed was unreasonably beautiful, truly indescribable. One guy lost grip on his glass. It shattered on the floor. Evelyn Reed silently walked up to me, her indifferent face looking down, her cold eyes occasionally flashing, a razor-sharp gaze full of killing intent. My face darkened, not sure whether to cry or laugh. You're here. Though Evelyn Reed coming to help was good, but that killing intent in her eyes, no matter how you looked, it didn't seem good at all. Humph. Evelyn Reed narrowed her eyes, her cold stare even more oppressive. I'm late sorry when saying sorry. Evelyn Reed emphasized each word meaningfully. This made me feel uneasy. In the private room there was one more person, also hanging their head just like me. That was Victor Lane. Victor Lane looked up and saw Evelyn Reed. His whole body stiffened, gaped in shock. Holy crap, but quickly Victor Lane joined in. His back straightened instantly. Sis-in-law's here. Victor Lane boomed. Sis-in-law. Everyone in the room envied Victor Lane. After all, that's Evelyn Reed, the heiress of a financial empire. Landing a sis-in-law meant serious protection. But to Evelyn Reed's ears, it grated a bit. Her body tensed, wishing she could slap Victor Lane. Luckily Evelyn Reed wasn't impulsive. She slowly closed her eyes, let out a breath, only then coldly looked at Victor Lane. This guy looked familiar. Evelyn Reed paused a second, then remembered. What happened in finance this morning? Turns out you're classmates, Evelyn Reed said casually. Saying this, Evelyn Reed's voice dripped with resentment, and her high heel stomped hard on my foot. The pain made my mouth twitch. Nearly yelped out. I looked at Evelyn Reed puzzled. What are you stepping on me for? But Victor Lane saw Evelyn Reed not displeased. Smiled even brighter. Yeah, me and Mark are old buddies. Shared bunk beds in college. Victor Lane laughed. Now Daisy Harper snapped out of her daze. Ms. Reed, didn't you say you had plans? Daisy Harper probed. Evelyn Reed heard and looked at Daisy Harper. Seeing Daisy Harper here too, though her face showed nothing special, inside she probably wanted to kill me. Just a little thing. Letting company staff know is one thing. But Daisy Harper's my classmate too. Originally Evelyn Reed didn't want to make a big deal. Just helping me out, then have me keep playing her boyfriend until her parents dropped the idea. Then the whole thing ends nicely. But now it seemed more complicated. Evelyn Reed replied flatly. But before finishing, Daisy Harper suddenly recalled something. The light in her beautiful eyes darkened instantly. So the one Evelyn Reed said she had plans with was me. Daisy Harper's jealousy jar tipped over completely. She looked at me with complex eyes. After years apart, the heiress Evelyn Reed actively threw herself at her ex. This would hit anyone hard. Haha, the class president jumped in laughing. All right. Everyone's here. No need to stand on ceremony. Sit down and eat. After everyone sat, people's eyes intentionally or not turned to Evelyn Reed and me. Evelyn Reed's sharp mind noticed. The room had quite a few couples, all linking arms. Very affectionate for her turn. If she just sat stiffly with me, it'd seem odd. I looked awkward too. She came to help. I wanted to act natural, but this Evelyn Reed kept her stone-cold face. Who dare touch the degree was hard to control. Cross the line and get shoulder thrown. Who could take that? Evelyn Reed gritted her teeth, her slender hand on my arm. Feeling Evelyn Reed's soft boneless hand, I nearly suffocated, died on the spot. Darling, I don't eat cilantro, Evelyn Reed said flatly. Well, maybe from tension. My voice trembled as I spoke. I awkwardly replied. Evelyn Reed and I acted very measured. Unlike other couples clinging, seemed loving but didn't make singles uncomfortable. Overall very proper. Seeing us like that, everyone dropped their last doubts. These two are really a couple. Then a group surrounded me toasting. My butt barely warmed the seat. Before glasses kept lifting. Mainly no choice. All college classmates. Good relations. Everyone said nice things. I couldn't refuse that sincerity, so drinks went down one by one, while Evelyn Reed sat arms crossed beside, started closing eyes to rest. She just wanted it over quick. Really didn't want to linger another minute. 2 hours passed. I got blackout drunk and collapsed into Evelyn Reed's lap. My head buried deep in her chest. Wouldn't come out. Evelyn Reed stared at me, pillowed on her chest. Eyes narrowed, fists clenched. But she endured. The class president hurried over, worried Miss Reed. Sorry, it's been years since classmates saw Mark, so everyone got carried away. Didn't mean to get him drunk. Evelyn Reed looked up at the president casually. It's fine. He hasn't been this happy in ages. Then Evelyn Reed took the chance with me drunk. Calmly said, you all continue. I'll take him home first. With that, Evelyn Reed called the New Horizon hotel manager, hoisted me into her car. Halfway I mumbled, kiss me. This isn't right. Hee okay, I puckered up, with a sleazy face. Evelyn Reed, hearing this, couldn't take it. Slammed the brakes. The car jerked to a stop. My limp body flung forward. Thud, a huge lump swelled on my forehead, visible to the naked eye. I groggily opened eyes. What happened? Hit a mine or something? Evelyn Reed, annoyed, got out, opened the door and dragged me out. Then hailed a taxi roadside, told the driver to take me home. But the driver saw me blackout drunk. Said, "Miss, look at him, this wasted. Probably doesn't even know where home is." Then Evelyn Reed tossed 1,000 yuan. "Take him wherever. If issues, I'll call police with that." Evelyn Reed got in and sped off. Evelyn Reed got home and stripped her coat, reeking of alcohol. Plus ID touched it. She knew she couldn't wear it anymore. Casually tossed in trash. Evelyn Reed entered the bathroom. About 20 minutes later, Evelyn Reed stepped out, sat on the sofa crossing her long legs, sipping warm chrysanthemum tea, while reviewing files. Should have been a quiet, pleasant evening. But outside the complex came noise, and the voice sounded familiar. Evelyn Reed frowned and set down the files, walked to the window. She saw the scene outside, a man staggering, tripping over himself in the complex. The idiot looked up at the building, yelled hoarsely, "Hey, don't sleep, come see who I am. Look who I am. Family, come get me. I'm too drunk," the idiot grumbled resentfully. "Can't find home." Lights in the complex lit up one by one. Neighbors poked heads out windows, looking at the idiot, couldn't help amused smiles. Evelyn Reed crossed arms, her cold eyes slightly surprised at the idiot below. What she never expected was this idiot lived with her, but drunk like this, and still found his way home. Weird indeed. Evelyn Reed drew the curtains, ignored it, didn't want to embarrass with him. Outside I still yelled myself hoarse. But not for long. Yelled a bit, then silent. No more heartrending yells. Evelyn Reed, closing eyes, wondered. WHYD the idiot stop yelling. Didn't yell his throat raw, did he? But good this way. No disturbing neighbors' sleep. But just about to doze. Someone knocked on Evelyn Reed's door. Evelyn Reed opened eyes, thinking at this hour, who'd come looking? Evelyn Reed crossed arms at the display, her cold eyes impatient at me outside. How'd this guy find her home? Outside I drunk stared at the code lock on the door, mouth mumbling unclean words. Damn, who changed my door lock? This is before finishing. I sneered, annoyed. You changed. This is words still unfinished. A elderly couple passed by. They looked at Evelyn Reed and me, shocked. The old lady didn't know Evelyn Reed, but knew me. That's Mark. The old lady wondered. Then looked at Evelyn Reed again, asking, "This girl you are?" The old lattice eyes lit up. "Ah, you're Mark's girlfriend, right?" No wonder Mark was yelling below. "Turns out calling you ma'am," Evelyn Reed tried explaining. Who knew the old lady misunderstood deeply. Didn't give Evelyn Reed a chance to explain. The old lady looked top to bottom, observing the graceful girl. Couldn't help nod satisfied. "This girl's so pretty." The old lady sighed. "Didn't expect Mark to have this luck." "Great ma'am, you misunderstood actually," Evelyn Reed hurried to explain. "All right, don't be mad at him anymore." The old lady patted Evelyn Reed's shoulder, kindly said, "That Mark kid isn't the type to fool around. Probably client entertaining, drank too much. Don't be mad. Let him into sleep. He's that drunk," said that. With the elderly couple's help, I was escorted into Evelyn Reed's home. Evelyn Reed didn't know what to say. Could she kick me out in front of elders? Once the couple left, Evelyn Reed looked at me sprawled sleeping dead on the floor, just sighed softly. Hard to imagine a thunderous Evelyn Reed. Others obey her commands. Yet now facing a drunk like me and kind elders, she had no chance to speak. Evelyn Reed crossed arms, standing, habitually kicked, hit right where I hurt. From earlier shoulder throw. Pain made me hiss cold air, but no sign of waking. Instead scratched my waist. Then snored on. Evelyn Reed saw me dead asleep, inwardly calculated what to do. Then went to bedroom, holding a bottle. It was sleeping pills. She crushed to powder mixed in water, then force-fed me. Now Evelyn Reed felt better. This way. No worry, I'd wake midnight, see things I shouldn't, like her sleeping look, or drying lingerie seeing me out cold. She went to bed. Midnight. Evelyn Reed drowsily heard odd sound, like unbuckling belt, but unsure. Evelyn Reed slowly opened eyes. Just opened. The sight scared her soul out. Somehow. In days ID wandered to Evelyn Reed's bedroom, stood at her window, fumbling unbuckled belt, one hand grabbing pants. What the hell is this? Dose too low. How'd he wake? Evelyn Reed jolted up, blushed furiously, slapped me. Drunk, I felt no pain. Just mumbled, "Don't interrupt. Bathroom's not here," Evelyn Reed hissed. Seeing I couldn't hold release anymore, Evelyn Reed jumped up, hurriedly dragged me to bathroom. In bathroom, new problem. I wobbled unsteady. At this rate, definitely splash all over floor. Letting stranger use her bathroom was already intolerable for Evelyn Reed. If splashed on floor too, would drive clean freak Evelyn Reed mad. So Evelyn Reed, gritted teeth, stepped forward, helped steady me. Evelyn Reed, unlike naive girls, though all her life, she'd never explored strange men like this. But with vast knowledge, nothing unknown. Male physiology she understood well, so she acted not too panicked. Instead, those cold eyes, Like viewing a textbook anatomy diagram. No emotion. Just face a bit red, heart beating faster, and because of my incident, Evelyn Reed couldn't sleep peacefully that night. Always felt I stood at bedhead unbuckling. Developed psychological shadow. Next morning meeting. Evelyn Reed heard departments. Report yesterday's performance. Sales turn. Mia's head absent. Where's Mark Thompson? Evelyn Reed asked coldly. Below no one answered. Instead Victor Lane's mouth curved mysterious smile. He thought sis-in-law funny. Obviously knowing yet asking. Where's Mark don't you know? Why late don't you know? No wonder punk Mark always listless. Lately complaining backache. Looking at Evelyn Reed's stunning looks. Must be Mark comforting her. Last night probably tormented each other plenty. Evelyn Reed noticed Victor Lane. Saw his annoying smile. Knew immediately. This Victor Lane's mind definitely not good. Victor Lane, Evelyn Reed said coldly. She interrupted Victor Lane's thoughts. Hurriedly stopped him imagining gross stuff. Victor Lane snapped, yes, what is it? Sisson just said. Victor Lane saw Evelyn Reed's face darken instantly. Victor Lane realized slip. Hurriedly covered mouth. He glanced around alert. Worried if anyone noticed. Luckily, everyone oblivious. Faces no odd changes. Ms. Reed, Victor Lane timidly spoke. Your resume shows. You and Mark Thompson community college grads. Plus classmates, right? Evelyn Reed said casually. Yes, Ms. Reed. Victor Lane panicked replied hearing that. Evelyn Reed annoyed coldly, so tell me. Why Mark late today? Victor Lane couldn't help laugh. Need to ask. You know better than anyone. Evelyn Reed's face grew colder. Victor Lane saw. Acted understanding as if telling Evelyn Reed. I get it, all of it. Evelyn Reed saw Victor Lane's mental state. Mad, wishing to knife this idiot. She felt. This Victor Lane misunderstood something gross. Ms. Reed, manager Mark never late. Victor Lane whispered probably. Ran into something urgent. Evelyn Reed turned to finance. Ordered deduct double Mark's salary. Yes, finance replied. Wait, Evelyn Reed thought. Asked what's Mark's monthly salary. Around 30 million yuan. Finance said that much. Evelyn Reed pondered. Ordered this salary seems durable for deductions. Deduct quadruple. Quadruple. Finance staff barely believed ears. Problem, Evelyn Reed asked displeased. No, finance dared not add. Lowered head noting morning meeting. Adjourned. Evelyn Reed stood glanced at Victor Lane. Yonder Victor Lane. Come to my office. Yes, Victor Lane replied. Evelyn Reed back in office. Wearily sat in swivel chair. Hand on forehead, head pounding. Shed been at Evergreen Group few days. Work no big pressure. But life pressure not small. In few short days so much happened. Wore her out physically, mentally. Especially that Mark Thompson. Knock sounded. Evelyn Reed sighed. Swiveled chair. Toward door. She interlaced hands on desk. Regal poise. Evelyn Reed coldly come in. Victor Lane pushed door in. Ms. Reed, Victor Lane respectful close door. Evelyn Reed coldly ordered. Victor Lane closed door. Atmosphere tensed. Evelyn Reed's cold eyes locked Victor Lane. No intent to speak. While Victor Lane stared it felt heart race. Unsure what to say. Inwardly thought. My Ms. Reed displeased her. Indeed alone better call sis-in-law. This Mark guy's something. Holds even this ice beauty. I dislike needless words. Evelyn Reed slowly, I'll be direct. Am not Mark Thompson's girlfriend. Hearing Victor Lane first startled. Then puzzled looked Evelyn Reed. Evelyn Reed pleased with Victor Lane's state. Explained, you should know. My status and Mark's vastly differ. Us impossible. Victor Lane confused, so yesterday was acting. Evelyn Reed, calm, you and Mark close friends. If he his girlfriend you know better than me. Reason yesterday I attended your reunion. Because Mark came asking. He hoped I'd help out. Just that simple. Victor Lane heard lowered head pondered. Evelyn Reed knew complex. Gave him time to digest. A while later, Evelyn Reed sighed asked understand yet. Yes, Victor Lane suddenly lifted head. Eyes firm like enlightened to truth. So that's it. If understood. Then work well. Evelyn Reed casually said. Victor Lane nodded then I won't bother sis-in-law. Sis-in-law busy. Ill work. Yeah go. Evelyn Reed wearily rubbed temples. After Victor Lane left, Evelyn Reed suddenly reacted wait. What'd he call me? Sis-in-law you keep saying understood. So what exactly did you understand? This Victor Lane runs fast. By time Evelyn Reed noticed off, headlong vanished. Evelyn Reed exhausted sighed. Kept rubbing brows. On desk Evelyn Reed's phone buzzed non-stop. Evelyn Reed glanced. Her bestie Mila Ross calling. What Evelyn Reed impatient asked. Morning and already snappy. Mila Ross annoyed said. Speak. Evelyn Reed held temper. Nothing big. Just asking settled into new job yet. Mila Ross smiled not at all. Evelyn Reed flatly replied. Mila Ross laughed uneasily. That from your mouth sounds unlike you. What can't you handle? Don't want talk hanging with that Evelyn Reed about to hang. Don't. Confide a bit. Why rush? Mila Ross said. Evelyn Reed thought. Telling Mila Ross good. After all only this bestie. Tell her anyway. Get her advice. So Evelyn Reed summarized concise. Easy using scant 5 minutes. From meeting that Mark Thompson, to yesterday attending his reunion, told all clean to her. Evelyn Reed spoke fast. Mila Ross dazed seconds. To digest Evelyn Reed's content. What from phone Mila Ross scream. Evelyn Reed hurried phone away from ear. Waited Mila Ross scream subside. Dared bring receiver back. The man you took that day. Is your company employee? Mila Ross shocked asked. Evelyn Reed softly replied. Then yesterday you attended his college reunion. Mila Ross incredulous said. Yeah, Evelyn Reed sighed. You let him stay overnight at your place. Mila Ross said situation then no choice. I didn't want to Evelyn Reed helpless replied. Holy shit Mila Ross mind blown exclaimed. Hard to imagine. A girl never swore, after hearing Evelyn Reed's experience. Could spew pearls like that. Actually then. Seemed no words. Could describe Mila Ross' shock. Not swear couldn't express her feelings accurately. Evelyn Reed helpless. Sighed Mila Ross thought a bit. Asked so where's that Mark guy now? Evelyn Reed lifted wrist checked watch. Probably waking soon. You're not with him. Mila Ross panicked asked no. Evelyn Reed replied he's still at your place. Mila Ross asked yeah. Evelyn Reed answered. No other way. Issue is Mila Ross worried said. Letting him see your bedroom stuff okay. 10 a.m. same day. Mark Thompson lazily opened eyes. Discovering unfamiliar scene couldn't help freeze. Where is this? Mark Thompson sat up. Looked at high-tech room. Layout similar to mine. Anyone home? Puzzled Mark Thompson wandered inside out. Visible owner's finances good. Room full advanced tech. To living room. Mark Thompson saw. Wall huge TV. Under TV shelf. Shelf game console. Drawer full game cartridges. Opposite TV big sofa. This TV custom probably. Game console Mark Thompson recognized latest Sony. Drawer games. Must cost fortune. Seeing these, Mark Thompson thought owner surely guy. But entering bedroom. Totally shocked by scene. Pink wallpaper. Teddy bears scattered everywhere. Closet full anime figures. Mark Thompson changed initial thought. Definitely girl's room. And style surely very cute girl. Excuse me anyone home? Mark Thompson asked again no response. Mark Thompson scratched head thought whose house. Where's everyone though unaware what happened. But certain. Last night overdrank. And this owner let. Stay all street sleeping. Since owner absent. Mark Thompson inconvenient linger pushed door left. Outside Mark Thompson shocked discovered. This house his neighbor. Thinking back. Indeed half-month ago someone moved next door. Mark Thompson smiled happily. Another kind neighbor it seems. Back home showered 8. Mark Thompson to company work. On way work bumped grandma song. Grandma song morning. Mark Thompson smiled greet what morning this hour. Almost noon. Grandma song huffed laughed hee hee. Mark Thompson scratched head hey. Grandma song smiled asked you got girlfriend. Mark Thompson pointed nose nowhere. Still lying to grandma. Grandma saw it all. Grandma song grinned said. Huh Mark Thompson blankly looked grandma song. What from phone Mila Ross scream. Evelyn Reed hurried phone away from ear. Waited Mila Ross scream subside. Dared bring receiver back. The man you took that day. Is your company employee? Mila Ross shocked asked. Evelyn Reed softly replied. Then yesterday you attended his college reunion. Mila Ross incredulous said. Yeah Evelyn Reed sighed. You let him stay overnight at your place. Mila Ross said situation then no choice. I didn't want to Evelyn Reed helpless replied. Holy shit Mila Ross mind blown exclaimed. Hard to imagine. A girl never swore. After hearing Evelyn Reed's experience. Could spew pearls like that. Actually then. Seemed no words. Could describe Mila Ross' shock. Not swear. Couldn't express her feelings accurately. Evelyn Reed helpless. Sighed Mila Ross thought a bit. Asked so where's that Mark guy now? Evelyn Reed lifted wrist checked watch. Probably waking soon. You're not with him. Mila Ross panicked asked no. Evelyn Reed replied he's still at your place. Mila Ross asked yeah. Evelyn Reed answered. No other way. Issue is Mila Ross worried said. Letting him see your bedroom stuff okay. 10 a.m. same day. Mark Thompson lazily opened eyes. Discovering unfamiliar scene couldn't help freeze. Where is this? Mark Thompson sat up. Looked at high-tech room. Layout similar to mine. Anyone home? Puzzled Mark Thompson wandered inside out. Visible owner's finances good. Room full advanced tech. To living room. Mark Thompson saw. Wall huge TV. Under TV shelf. Shelf game console. Drawer full game cartridges. Opposite TV big sofa. This TV custom probably. Game console Mark Thompson recognized latest Sony. Drawer games must cost fortune. Seeing these, Mark Thompson thought owner surely guy. But entering bedroom. Totally shocked by scene. Pink wallpaper. Teddy bears scattered everywhere. Closet full anime figures. Mark Thompson changed initial thought. Definitely girl's room. And style surely very cute girl. Excuse me anyone home? Mark Thompson asked again no response. Mark Thompson scratched head thought whose house. Where's everyone though unaware what happened. But certain. Last night overdrank. And this owner let. Stale street sleeping. Since owner absent. Mark Thompson inconvenient linger pushed door left. Outside Mark Thompson shocked discovered. This house his neighbor. Thinking back. Indeed half month ago someone moved next door. Mark Thompson smiled happily. Another kind neighbor it seems. Back home showered 8. Mark Thompson to company work. On way work bumped grandma song. Grandma song morning. Mark Thompson smiled greet what morning this hour. Almost noon. Grandma song huffed laughed hee hee. Mark Thompson scratched head hey. Grandma song smiled asked you got girlfriend. Mark Thompson pointed nose nowhere. Still lying to grandma. Grandma saw it all. Grandma song grinned said. Huh Mark Thompson blankly looked grandma song. Went already. Grandma song big in area. Old or young seeing her greet. In area exaggerate say. No think grandma song doesn't know. Of course thinks she knows if good. Half day not. Whole complex everyone knows. Just short road. Anyone met Mark Thompson teased. Mark got girlfriend. Heard big beauty. Kids playing saw Mark Thompson. Stopped said brother Mark has girlfriend. Heard sister beautiful. Really want see. Even elders chessing saw Mark Thompson. Smiled Mark got girlfriend. When Mary even Mark Thompson stopped supermarket buy cigarettes. Even staff knew. Gave cigarettes Mark Thompson. Smiled brother Mark has lover. Then later smoke less. Preparing baby must quit okay. Mark Thompson walked road blank face. What happened last night? What's this? Originally Mark Thompson planned explain. But saw everyone happy. Blessings poured. Now say no girlfriend. Really kill mood. So couldn't bear truth. Just awkward smiled back blessings. To Evergreen Group. Mark Thompson learned deducted quadruple salary. What Mark Thompson unbelieving looked Tim Song finance. Shocked asked deduct me quadruple salary. On what grounds Tim Song awkward looked Mark Thompson. Brother Mark this Ms. Reed personal order. I really hard work. Mention Evelyn Reed. Mark Thompson mind flashed that bone-chilling cold face. Lazy crossed arms pose. Woman arrogant looking half eye. Alright got it. Mark Thompson helpless sighed sorry brother Mark. Tim Song guilty smiled. Fine late my fault. Mark Thompson smiled but sentence unfinished. Late indeed Mark Thompson fault. Deduct salary natural. But issue she deducted quadruple. This pure malicious intent. Mark Thompson back work area. First thing find Victor Lane. Then Victor Lane calling client. Mark Thompson from behind patted shoulder. Then nodded toward own office. Meaning later come room. Victor Lane saw continued client talk. Nodded signal Mark Thompson. After hung up. Victor Lane stood went Mark Thompson office. Lane last night how? I drunk forgot everything Mark Thompson asked. Victor Lane laughed last night all fine. No issue so who took me home? Mark Thompson asked more. Huh Victor Lane weird looked Mark Thompson. Annoyed said. You asked that listenable who else? Of course sis-in-law. Then Victor Lane added Mark what's wrong? Still not awake. Mark Thompson pondered. Evelyn Reed took me home. Could that be Evelyn Reed house? Person moved next door half month ago her. Thinking this. Mark Thompson recalled living room game console. Bedroom anime figures pile. Then linked her money like cold face. Pushing people miles away. Forget Evelyn Reed look that cute anyway. But mention Evelyn Reed matter. Mark Thompson lifted head looked Victor Lane. Lane this I must explain you bit. Mark Thompson serious said. What's so serious? Victor Lane smiled asked. Actually Mark Thompson stared Victor Lane. Emphasized each word she's not my girlfriend. I know Victor Lane reaction calm. No surprise at all. This made Mark Thompson stunned. You know yeah Victor Lane nodded. Explained. Today sis-in-law found me told all. Mark let out a sigh of relief good that you understand. Yes sis-in-law Mark suddenly sensed something off. He looked at Victor Lane half laughing half crying and asked. What the hell did you understand? She explained it clearly to me this morning. Victor Lane replied no. What weird stuff did she stuff in your head? Mark explained. She and I aren't in a relationship at all. Yesterday she just helped me out. Looks like you two planned it thoroughly huh? Victor Lane grinned slyly. Mark was utterly speechless. He realized this Victor Lane misunderstood too deeply. Whoa bro. Victor Lane stepped forward. Patted Mark's shoulder like a seasoned vet. Said leisurely I get it all. After all I'm a sales supervisor, dealing with high-end elite clients. What don't I know about this stuff? Relax. I know what to do. Mark smiled bitterly hold on don't jump ahead. Listen to me first. Victor Lane cut him off. Then clasped hands behind back. Like a wise elder understanding life. Paced the office. Explained sis-in-law said it. Your statuses differ hugely. Totally from two worlds. Basically impossible. But I can see. Victor Lane emphasized. Mark twitched his mouth and asked. What you see now? I see you two are true love. Victor Lane affirmed confidently. Right as Victor Lane said this, Mark was feeling a bit thirsty. After all drank plenty yesterday. Dry throat normal. So he twisted the bottle cap for a sip of water. Cough 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 Mark choked red-faced. He looked at Victor Lane what true love crap. Victor Lane smugly analyzed. Actually I get sis-in-law's intent. She did that to protect you and me too. Mark looked at Victor Lane utterly confused. Sigh. Victor Lane shook head helplessly. Sighed. Beauty brings trouble indeed. Beauty like sis-in-law suitors galore. Guys daring to pursue her, no ordinary folk. If they knew you're her boyfriend, they'd surely hassle you. Mark, stop. Mark hurriedly interrupted. Listen to my explanation. It's not as complicated as you think. She's just helping me this once. The truth is like this. Mark patiently recounted from meeting Evelyn Reed until yesterday's reunion, every detail to Victor Lane. Victor Lane listened, stroking chin, face growing serious. Explanation done. Mark sighed relief. Now you get it right. Mark. Victor Lane grave-faced. Your story's off. Victor Lane continued. What's off? Mark asked. This script of yours I gotta tweak. Victor Lane said, look, you at Starbucks meeting sis-in-law. You mistook her, fine. But sis-in-law couldn't mistake you. WHYD she take you along? Then why take you to meet Daisy Harper? These parts need details added. Or no one believes. End up exposing you two in love anyway. Victor Lane affirmed. In short, Victor Lane believed none. That Mark and Evelyn Reed weren't lovers. He still thought Mark fabricating to hide real relationship. Mark saw Victor Lane's serious face. Thought he believed him. Who knew he'd play strategist? Mark slapped own forehead. Utterly speechless. It's over, total mess. My buddy's incurable. Victor Lane saw Mark's sooty face. Helplessly sighed. Mark, I misunderstood you. Victor Lane lamented. I thought you didn't want others knowing relation with Evelyn Reed. Worried it'd pressure public opinion on her. But after today's talk with her, I realized not publicizing the relationship is actually her protecting you. Mark helplessly waved. At this point Mark really didn't want another word. Not intentionally fooling Victor Lane. With this close buddy, Mark really had nothing to hide. But issue this guy's trauma too deep. Top-tier brain filling left Mark speechless. Good bro. Victor Lane slapped Mark's shoulder hard. Voice nearly choked. Say no more. Seeing you with such great girlfriend. This Lane truly happy for you. Mark saw Victor Lane overacting, to tears nearly falling. Hey Mark, half laugh cry said. Bro, don't cry. The one needing cry is me. Sigh. Victor Lane looked ceiling. Sighed honestly. Yesterday, even when Evelyn Reed appeared, I still couldn't believe she's your girlfriend. Not just me. All old buddies too. Everyone doubted. After all, you two from different worlds. Really? Mark saw hope ray. He hurriedly looked up Victor Lane. Eager asked, best you don't believe. But you know, when you blacked out drunk, when you buried head in Evelyn Reed's chest, everyone believed, hook, line, sinker. Victor Lane explained. What? Mark, terrified, jumped from chair. Drunk? How'd I know? Victor Lane laughed. Mark looked Victor Lane horrified. He couldn't believe he had guts to bury head in Evelyn Reed's chest. Damn, surviving till now. True miracle. Mark touched forehead lump. Now he's still unaware. This lump actually from him. Slipping bad words. Angering Evelyn Reed, slamming brakes. Head hitting car. Leaving mark. He mumbled, sure buried in chest. Or hit iron plate. Mark truly puzzled. Just falling in her arms. How lump so big? Totally ridiculous. Suddenly Victor Lane's face serious. He lowered voice when young. Some things incomprehensible. Now I finally get it. Some people truly untouchable. With Evelyn Reed's background, no wonder no pursuers. National beauty like that. What man doesn't crave? But issue is, people with strength to pursue her, truly none. Not saying she disagrees. Even if she agrees. Next day you'd face disaster. Mark smiled bitterly. What now? Bro, you gotta understand. For elite families like Evelyn Reed, from birth, marriage never hers. She lost right to love someone long ago. She's just family commodity. To trade for bigger benefits. Victor Lane looked Mark sympathetically. If Evelyn Reed likes you, you know how hard decision she made. She's defying whole family. She did so much for you. You gotta cherish her. Alright, no more. This time I can't help much. But any issue must tell me. If can help, I'll all out. Can't, I'll still try. Victor Lane affirmed boldly. Though Victor Lane misunderstood deeply. But facing these words, Mark truly touched. In this pragmatic society, let alone friends, even relatives may not do like Victor Lane. Saying cherish Evelyn Reed. Totally fanciful. But this bro Victor Lane before him. Truly worth treasuring. Yeah, Mark nodded hard. Lunch break. A staff entered Mark's office. Bro, Mark, staff softly called. Yeah, Mark indifferently replied. Ms. Reed wants you. Hearing staff say Evelyn Reed wants him, Mark instantly jolted. He felt her seeking him. Mostly no good, heart racing, but face calm. Mark looked up, smiled, got it. Staff left. Mark pondered moment. Then up to Evelyn Reed's office. Knock knock, 3 knocks, come in. Evelyn Reed casual said. Mark pushed door in. Evelyn Reed saw Mark. Instantly regretted. Why say come in anyway? Evelyn Reed set fountain pen down. Coldly looked Mark. She glanced door behind him, said close door. Close door for what? Mark guiltily forced smile. He feared she'd trick him again. Like shoulder throw. Or arm lock. I said close door. Evelyn Reed snapped. Mark grudgingly closed door. Then both silent. Mark guiltily dared not meet Evelyn Reed's eyes, while her cold eyes locked him. Mark awkwardly scratched nose. Stammered yesterday thanks. Victor misunderstood how you handling. Evelyn Reed casual asked. Him mentioning Victor Lane. Mark's face darkened instantly. I explained to him too. But seems more explanation deeper misunderstanding. How'd you explain to him? Evelyn Reed asked more. Said you just helped me out. Mark explained. You think he'd believe? Evelyn Reed narrowed sharp eyes. But Mark weakly looked her. Countered. Didn't you explain same to him? You explained he didn't believe. How'd he believe mine? Evelyn Reed choked. She realized this Mark total pain. Clearly scared a cat fearing beating. But mouth loves saying. Stuff making one must act. Pay up. Evelyn Reed cold voice. Money? Mark blanked. Puzzled asked. What money? Don't play dumb. The 5,000 yuan I gave you that day. Mark thought moment asked. Oh right. WHYD you suddenly give me 5,000 that day. Cut crap. Evelyn Reed snapped. That's not your money. Mark's alright. Said no more. Pulled phone transferred back to her. Not enough. Evelyn Reed coldly said. Mark wondered you gave me only 5,000 then. Yesterday I posed as your girlfriend. You think free. Evelyn Reed snorted. No way. Mark unconvinced. We didn't agree fee then. Planning to welch. Evelyn Reed stood abruptly. Mark saw her stand. This pose meant action soon. Alright. Mark pulled phone again. How much? 10,000 what? Mark face green. 10,000 yuan. Making me pose as your girlfriend. This price discounted already. Evelyn Reed disdainfully looked him. Think what on you deserves. Girlfriend talented like me. 10,000 it is need. Say such harsh words. Mark muttered, then reluctantly transferred to her. Got money? Evelyn Reed felt balanced bit. Alright, nothing more for you. Mark about leave. Suddenly recalled forehead lump. Oh right, wanna ask something. Mark turned puzzled. Last night too drunk. Don't remember what happened. But this lump on head how? Evelyn Reed just calmed bit. Hearing last night. Instantly recalled. Mark burying head in her chest. Recalled his car mumbling. Recalled him daring unbuckle before her. And battlefield he left in bathroom. Her face darkened completely. Mark forced smile. I heard Victor say. Last night drunk. Buried head in your arms. Felt off somehow. Just falling in arms. Wouldn't lump this big on head. Your spot not steel plated anyway. Evelyn Reed stood heels toward Mark. Your mouth truly outrageous. Evelyn Reed nearly gritted each word. She grabbed Mark's arm. Right after he executed 360 flip midair. Landed on waist. Mark clutched waist. Grumbled you crazy. Why hit out of blue? I paid you still hit. Totally unreasonable. Get out. Evelyn Reed pointed door. Workday ended. Mark finished department performance summary. Stretched long. Whoa, finally done. Mark sighed. He glanced clock. Now past 7 p.m. Glanced window sky. Pitch dark. Mark slapped thigh. Stood clock out just out office to swipe. Bumped right into Evelyn Reed. Mark froze. Evelyn Reed froze. Both showed unnatural looks. Bad luck. First thought flashed both minds. Right then Victor Lane out swipe clock out. Seeing this pair, his face sly grin instantly. Inwardly thought working same company girlfriend. Truly bliss. Clock out hand in hand home. Victor Lane swiped winked Mark. Whistled away. Victor Lane gone. Mark saw Evelyn Reed hadn't swiped yet. Decided swipe first leave. Who knew right then Evelyn Reed thought same. So awkward scene appeared. 2. Simultaneously extended staff cards. 2 cards touched perfectly. Mark gaped. Annoyed looked Evelyn Reed. She gaped back. Also annoyed looked him. Century cultivate same boat. Millennium same pillow. This godly sink. Both unacceptable. Again unspoken. Both snapped you on purpose. Sick. 2 continued sink 2. Evelyn Reed cold face. Quickly swiped vanished. Mark no hurry swipe. Letting this Evelyn Reed go first good too. Others unaware her temper. Doesn't mean Mark unaware. Outsiders see stunning beauty. But reality violent tendency woman. Truly rich girl bored learned karate. This type destined lonely life. Even dog wouldn't love. Evelyn Reed out company. Climbed car sped off. Left exhaust smoke for Mark enjoy. Mark no drive. House not far company. Walk few steps arrive. Detour supermarket buy veggies. Driving extra hassle. Evelyn Reed new moved. Life rhythm unstable yet. Homeward saw fresh food supermarket. Now recalled hadn't bought food. Thought parking spot here. Helpless drove back complex. Then walked to fresh food supermarket. So bumped Mark again then. Evelyn Reed pushing cart picking ingredients. Mark also pushing cart picking ingredients. Both focused on food. Turning corner unnoticed. Bam 2 carts collided. Hit other. Both no time see who. Sorry both almost simultaneous. When Mark saw it was Evelyn. Reed recalled just sorry. Wanted self-slap mouth. But words out already. You look like a creep. Evelyn Reed coldly said. This made many hear. All looked Mark weird eyes. Who Mark angrily snapped. Who's creep what way talk? Why you keep following me? Evelyn Reed indifferently looked Mark. I see you huh? Mark hands hips laughed said. I see you good at self-flattery huh? Don't think bit pretty. Means all men like you. Follow you. I avoid you not fast enough, you big mouth. Evelyn Reed cursed. Hey Mark quickly backed danger distance. Planning fight huh? Tell you. Many watching. Evelyn Reed narrowed cold eyes. Indeed crowd around. Inconvenient act. Consider sparing Mark this time. You scram far from me. Evelyn Reed looked Mark full disdain. Muttered. Guy who pees and splits. Originally voice not loud. Evelyn's intent. Only Mark hear enough. Who knew? All around focused on Mark. And this stunning beauty. So Evelyn Reed's words. Naturally all heard. Onlookers. Couldn't hold. Hearing Mark pees and splits. Burst laughing aloud. Evelyn Reed's spontaneous words. Unexpectedly many heard. Her beautiful face showed embarrassment. Actually, Evelyn Reed meant use this chase Mark away. Said then regretted. Because accidentally revealed info. That when Mark peed she saw. Mark hearing flushed embarrassed. Panicked snapped damn what nonsense. You pee and splits. You kid Evelyn Reed cold voice. Words not clear, but Evelyn Reed's meaning crystal. Haha this time crowd laughed loud. Ha 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 ha. All around laughed non-stop. Many started clutching stomachs. Even some laughed unsteady. In banter shameless invincible. Evelyn Reed for face couldn't stoop. To hand-foot mimicry. Copying Mark's funny moves. But seeing Mark humiliate her. Evelyn Reed could only watch. Hateful part. Mark's mimicry truly funny. Made even her nearly laugh. This most humiliating for her. Hubby look this couple so cute. Yeah that girl's gorgeous. Totally. This pair fun indeed. Envy that guy. Got dream pretty girlfriend. All buzzed. Precisely crowd's encouragement. Made Mark act more enthusiastically. Suddenly Mark felt arm. Seemed grabbed by something. Mark saw Evelyn Reed holding his hand. His face instantly green scared. Slow down Mark forced smile. Perfect shoulder throw. Mark's pig squeal scream echoed supermarket. Whole hall gasped shocked. Who expected? Such ice beauty karate master. Moves clean crisp. No extra. Motion obvious expert. Mark flat ground looked up Evelyn Reed. From below view endless long legs. Perfect waist-hip ratio. Beautiful bone-chilling cold face. Just hurts bit. Evelyn Reed glanced trash ground. Cold snapped big mouth. Said Evelyn Reed stomped 5-inch heels away. Homeward. Evelyn Reed ahead. Mark dawdled behind. Unlucky Mark rubbed waist. Grumbled annoyed. Not Mark tailing her, but Evelyn Reed always ahead him. Walking pondering. Mark suddenly realized. He and Evelyn Reed same path. Mark wondered. This area no luxury complex. Rich heiress why live pleb area. Summer breeze refreshing. Willow leaves rustling. Crickets chirping bushes. Stars reflect street lamps. Yellowish lights. Not bright as daytime sun, but extremely gentle. Walk bit more. Mark suddenly thought tailing her like this. Might she think him creep? Mark face darkened. Following her like this. Not misunderstood creep strange. So he quick and caught up. Where's your house? Seems same way. Mark smiled said. This had other meaning. Prove I Mark not creep. Following because same way only. Don't chat me. Evelyn Reed coldly snapped. I feel nauseous. Mark meant casual chat her. Yet her I feel nauseous crushed him. I think you know chat skill. Mark snapped. Don't follow me. Evelyn Reed cold voice. Mark pointed ahead my house there see. Who follows you? Then you change path. Evelyn Reed insisted force him. Pft Mark disdainful. Change then big deal. Who wants same road you anyway? Mark turned other path detour longer. Evelyn Reed saw Mark not following. Any more side relief. She didn't want Mark no. She lived same complex him. Who knew Evelyn Reed just relieved. Mark loomed back. You back for what? Evelyn Reed hissed. Whoa Mark grinned surprise. I'm back hee hee. You annoyed. Annoyed huh? You crazy right? Evelyn Reed cold snapped. Hey you'll go ahead you Mark quickened past front. Then turned grinned sleazy tease. Why you keep following me? Following creep. This really okay? Okay huh? Who follows you? Evelyn Reed narrowed beautiful eyes. My house ahead. Then you detour. Mark laughed said. Why? Evelyn Reed countered then stay behind smell my farts. Mark laughed delighted. Said Mark clasped hands behind neck. Relaxed face sauntered front. Walking. Mark called back careful yo. I farted. Stinky I know responsible. Said Mark patted butt. Tried spread smell back. Evelyn Reed heard. Delicate nose wrinkled. Covered nose dodged side. Disgusting Evelyn Reed disgusted said. Hee hee Mark looked back Evelyn Reed. Grinned you don't fart too. Beauty like you surely no fart right. Words unfinished. Mark suddenly saw behind Evelyn Reed. Light beam. Approaching closer. While Evelyn Reed kept backing there. Damn Mark paled you quick. But now too late say. Light closer. Evelyn Reed still backing to light. Mark gritted rushed. Right as light about hit Evelyn Reed. Mark hugged Evelyn Reed div roadside. Evelyn Reed only dodged side. Unnoticed car rushing behind. then felt Mark rush hug away. Right after, strong wind whooshed ear. When Evelyn Reed regained senses, realized. Just toward death's door. Now Mark hugging Evelyn Reed. Mark below. Evelyn Reed above. Bodies pressed tight. Mark hugged Evelyn Reed. Inwardly amazed her bones so small. And soft too. Evelyn Reed's beautiful face, slowly lifted from Mark's chest. Seeing Mark's enjoying look, she instantly blushed embarrassed. Mark smart. Saw Evelyn Reed about explode. Glared distant car. Yelled loud blind. Don't know non-motor lane. Hit people how. Didn't stop. Mark turned looked Evelyn Reed. Yelled like superior. What's wrong you huh? Didn't know car coming behind. Just head to other's car. Don't wanna live huh? Must admit Mark's preemptive strike. Truly subdued Evelyn Reed. Evelyn Reed. Blankly looked raging Mark before her. Whole body. Stunned by Mark's life responsibility attitude. So. Evelyn Reed no nitpick. He just risked save her. Save then blame him taking advantage. This too immoral. Mark still angrily criticized. You may not fear death, but thought family feelings. Thought those loving you. You know. Your behavior extremely selfish sign. Evelyn Reed heard Mark scold. Suddenly felt Mark before her. Not as hateful as imagined. This guy has some merits. Wait his hand seems squeezing my waist. Evelyn Reed sensed off. This guy's using. Scolding to grope. That hand clearly not still. Her beautiful eyes instantly chilled. Feel good Evelyn Reed casual asked. Mark blurted feels good. But wait. Not done talking. Just finished Mark inhaled cold. Finally realized slip. Accidental. Unexpectedly said true feeling. Or Evelyn Reed face fully darkened. Or switch spot squeeze more. Mark face green oh crap. Now I see you're weird too. Evelyn Reed coldly said. No Mark's voice softened much. No longer tough. I mean don't be careless. You have family right. You must think enough. Evelyn Reed stood waved hand at Mark. Stand talk. Don't Mark grimaced. Listen explain first. I didn't mean take advantage. Just prove something. Evelyn Reed sneered you see. My friend said I drunk. Buried head in your chest. Mark clapped puzzled. I think my buddy clearly lied. I bury in your arms could lump head this big. That's why earlier I specially tested bit. Basically impossible. Your spot not steel plated. How could lump head this big? Truly cataway mice play. Mark drunk buried head in Evelyn Reed's chest. Fact Evelyn Reed lifetime avoid. Matter set forget. Yet this big mouth revived it. Alright Evelyn Reed annoyed waved signal. Big mouth. No more explain. Mark blank. Puzzled what wrong said. Evelyn Reed grabbed Mark's arm. Mark saw face pale slow. Evelyn Reed twisted arm through. Mark flew off instantly. Another 360 flip beautiful. Plus level 4 difficulty. Landed waist Mark yelped. Stunt. Evelyn Reed smooth messy hair. Don't Mark half cry laugh. Anyway I just saved you. If you know fart wouldn't this much. Evelyn Reed cold voice. I know fart. Mark explained. That unimportant. Evelyn Reed casual replied. Said Evelyn Reed grabbed Mark's hand again. Another beautiful shoulder throw. Evelyn Reed seemed no intent let go. Twisted Mark's arm behind. Added another shoulder throw. Result tragic scene appeared. Under starry sky. Dim yellow street lights. Gentle breeze. Willow rose rustling with. Crickets chirping harmony. Evelyn Reed like throwing trash. Throw left to right. Then right to left. Repeated. Hearing Mark's joyful cries. Truly poetic summer night. Evelyn Reed inwardly thought so. In short Evelyn Reed tired. Vented too. Probably Mark nearly done. She wiped forehead sweat beads. Grabbed veggie bag left Mark struggled up. Watched Evelyn Reed's graceful back. What hell this? Anyway saved person. Need hit like that. Back complex. Mark shocked looked Evelyn Reed thought. Could she live here too? When both entered lobby. Mark paled no way. She same building me. Up second floor. Mark completely stunned. So person moved next door half month ago her. Last night slept her house. No no no. Mark shook head like drum. Tried to spell horrific thoughts from mind. Absolutely impossible. This morning. I saw neighbor living room console. Bedroom anime models. And tons stuffed animals. Those no match Evelyn Reed. Impossible. Definitely impossible. Evelyn Reed looked idiot before her. Shaking head like seizure. Annoyed asked. You like more beating? Mark snapped awake. Opened own door said my house why you forbid. Evelyn Reed gaped at Mark. Opening next door apartment. She stunned. What she least expected. This Mark lived right next door. Knew this. Last night shed rummage pocket for his key. Directly dump him home. Know this much hassle. Evelyn Reed totally speechless. She hurried open door. Bam shut tight. Mark watched Evelyn Reed enter. Muttered really her house. Dinner time. Mark ate calculating. This Evelyn Reed weird indeed. Outside utterly cold. Wherever goes haughty. Total CEO. Coolest ever vibe. Per TV character setup. This type usually refined. Designer wear. Elegant manners. Live luxury villa. Sip expensive red wine. Savor premium French steak. Leisure posh too. Like golf or money burn hobbies. Yet she in this pleb complex. Buy food same me. Entertainment no different normal. Hug stuffed animals. Hold controller game. This anyway. No different ordinary folk. Just buskill. Mark recalled Evelyn Reed. With brutal serial vicious shoulder throws. Ordinary my ass. Mark cursed. Still grudge inside. Mark shoveled rice mouth nonstop. Like venting. After dinner, Mark started laundry hanging clothes out. Fate enemies met Evelyn Reed again. She hanging too. Evelyn Reed and Mark's apartments. Not big. Simple one living one bedroom. Each small balcony. Just 2 balconies adjacent. Distance not far. About 50 centimeters. This distance from balcony step. 1 step across. Evelyn Reed hanging saw. Mark hanging too. Her hand motion froze. Delicate brows furrowed tight. Hating someone like that. Doing same as him. Feels indescribable humiliation. Mark held his boxers laughed said. Isn't Ms. Reed. Evelyn Reed cold face ignored. Men like that. Born with troll blood. You forbid I do more. You wanna stay haughty. Humph I must make you not haughty. Even end beaten I happy. Whoa. Mark stared item in Evelyn Reed's hand. Commented Ms. Reed. This nice huh? This size from karate training right. Hey don't see me bit chubby now. Before I man with pecs too. Just not trained standard like you. Now Evelyn Reed realized. Holding her bra. And this creep saw. She hurriedly hid behind back. So Ms. Reed likes black lace huh? Mark grinned sleazy. Held his boxers for Evelyn Reed see. I like too. Pity mine not black. Next time buy black one. Then we match couple wear. Get out Evelyn Reed cursed. Well Mark faked horrified said. Ms. Reed swears too. Thought Ms. Reed no swear. Must feel bad huh? Heiress like you. Raised proper now spew gems. This like pooping mouth huh? Must feel bad inside huh? Feeling guilty huh? Must say Mark's words hit bullseye. Directly crushed Evelyn Reed's psyche. Evelyn Reed mad body shook. Fist clenched tight. You total beat worthy. Evelyn Reed gritted snapped. Hey no need polite. Mark casual waved said. You beat me not once twice. One more less no big. Any more said. Mark looked starry sky thoughtful. Waved arm. Squinted judged. Whole world who seen. Heiress not haughty look. But I this Mark slapped chest hard. Bold continued. This Mark seen yo. Black lace proper yo. TSK TSK TSK. Mark even hands front chest gestured. Roughly like this huh? Mark helpless shook head. Laughed karate training good indeed. Evelyn Reed other side heard Mark. Mad whole body trembled. Finally couldn't take. Face furious stepped toward Mark. Mark saw Evelyn Reed for real. Panicked wait you doing what? Tonight only twice you want more already. Ha 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 panic actually fake. Mainly rile Evelyn Reed. But. Evelyn Reed's next move truly panicked Mark. She damn climbed balcony. Hey no wait dangerous you crazy. 50 centimeters distance. Evelyn Reed leaped across. From above descended. Landed heavy punch Mark's face. This punch sent Mark. Flying out. Hit drying rack other side stopped. Mark clutched swollen cheek side. Yelled damn you for real. Under moonlight Evelyn Reed wore. Black silk spaghetti strap nightgown. Hem just covered her smooth legs. Right at hip thigh border. Higher bit slutty. Lower bit lost inherent sexiness stand up. Evelyn Reed casual said. Mark stood. Face hardened. He lowered you really think I can't beat you? Try then. Evelyn Reed's cold eyes. Like viewing dead man. Remember Mark gritted. No matter martial skill. You're just woman. Said Mark charged. Estimated Evelyn Reed about 50 kilograms. Just close grab her. Could lift her straight up. Mark glanced bedroom. He planned well. Just lift throw. Bed then control her. Plan set. Mark's mouth confident smile yes. I admit you learned karate. Truly skilled but. You missed issue. That's weight class. A man over 80 kilograms. Muscle strength alone you can't resist size dominance. Mark closed successfully. Grabbed Evelyn Reed's shoulders. Feeling her slender shoulders. Mark sneered. Still woman after all. Right as Mark pulled her close. Evelyn Reed swung leg kick. Kick extremely fast vicious. Direct kicked Mark's face. Right after shoulder throw. Mark not yet understood. Eyes blackened. Whole body flew off.